Hello once again, audience. I'm Twins Play Ticket, and this is another Kill Myself quiz. Okay, great. So, today we're gonna be talking about the How Egotistical Are You quiz by Miss Dogfilter herself, Cassie Smith. That could be Casey. If it is, I am so sorry, not sorry. Okay, so we're gonna be ticking off all the things that we've done in our lives. Oh, I hope this doesn't get too personal. Okay, first one up. Googled yourself. Yeah, I mean, I have Googled myself. All it really came up with was pictures of loose vaginas and cows. But, I did technically Google myself. So, I'm not gonna question it, I didn't have done that. So, I guess I can't really deny it. Okay, search for people with the same name as you to see if you're hotter than them. Funnily enough, I haven't done that because I already know that I'm clearly the most superior person in the world with my name. So I don't really think there's any need to do that, You feel me, bro? Yeah, that's what I thought. So, no, I can't say that I have searched them up because I already know the answer, being the intelligent person that I am. Got arsey because you're being teased a bit. No, but I did get dicky. I mean, to be honest, I can't really. If someone's getting annoyed, if someone's getting, people are getting up in your face, I say you get back up in theirs with your sharp fist right up their asshole. I can't blame someone for doing that. I don't do it myself, Struggle to take criticism. Well, see, I don't struggle to take criticism, I just ignore it full stop, you see, because I already know that I'm a perfect human being. So for other people to criticize me, it's like as if trying to say that God's an imperfect soul, He's clearly perfect, and so am I, They say that nobody is perfect, but I'm a nobody, so I must be perfect. See, that's my train of thought there. Being shocked when you haven't received compliments over your work. I mean, I'm so shocked, that's not really much of a surprise. It's not really something you should be shocked over, because everybody stupidly thinks they're better than you, even though they aren't, it's just because, if you ever heard of it, it's called being delusional. If you think that you're better than me, you're probably delusional, so you may want to see a doctor about that, just a heads up. Bragged about your exam results on social media. Well, see, the thing is, I don't need to brag because everyone knows that I topped the grade anyway, and that's a true story. So I don't need to brag because if I bragged, that'd just, that may mean that they'd stop taking the class, which means that it wouldn't be as big of a deal when I completely smash their asses. You feel me? Yeah. Bragged about getting a new job on social media. Well, see, I'm an unemployed cunt, and we don't know the definition of new job, so I may have to check that back on that one later. Checked yourself out in a window. No, I use a mirror instead because I am a decent human being. And trust me, there is plenty to check out when I'm looking in the mirror. Taking selfies in a public place. No, I don't take selfies because I believe I talk about myself in third person. So because of that, I do not think, or should I say, Tackett doesn't think that he needs to take selfies in a public place because everyone's taking photos of him for him, That's just what it pays to have about 20 paparazzi following you around constantly. Carried on in an argument even though you knew you were wrong. Well, see, the thing is, I'm never wrong, so I haven't had to carry out an argument where when I knew I was wrong, so that doesn't really matter there. Printed out praise you've received. Well, see, I receive praise so much that if I had to print it out, I'd probably be cutting down most of the Amazon on a daily basis, so I don't really think that that's an option for me. Retweeted praise you've had online. Well, see, again, the paparazzi are posting up all the praise on the Googles and all the internets for me, so I don't really need to worry about that, I feel like if you have to worry about retweeting praise online, it more seems not that you're egotistical, but rather you're desperate for some sort of attention. Looked at what other people do and said I could do that easily. Well, I mean, that's just the case, you know. Most of it is easy, you know. You think that you can sing pretty well. Well, guess what? I can give a great blowjob. I mean, sing. I can sing really well, you know. Been personally offended when receiving group feedback. Well, see, I'm never offended because I know that it was perfect and I know that they're delusional. So again, I don't need to be offended, you know. It doesn't really affect me. Turned a conversation topic to yourself. All conversations that are about me because I'm so amazing and perfect, so it doesn't need to worry about it. Believe it was you who did all the work in a group project. Well, it normally is me who does does all the work in a group project, so I don't need to just believe it, you know? No need to worry there. Heard total strangers speaking in another language and presumed they were talking about you. Well, I mean, yeah, of course I've done that, you know, because everyone's talking about me, you know? Looked at someone and thought you were more physically attracted than them. See, again, I don't look at people and think I'm more attractive. I know I'm more attractive, so that one doesn't count. Presume someone fancied you. Again, same story as the last question. I know everyone fancies me. I don't just presume to know it. Took over a project because you knew you could do a better job. Well, of course I have. That's not being egotistical. That's just being an efficient worker and looking for a pay raise. Whoa, that's a crazy term I've heard there. You should know that you work at Buzzfeed. Aren't they good at slacking off? Recorded a podcast. Yes, I have indeed recorded a podcast with a couple of my friends over on the educational podcast. I was in episode 3, actually. I think they've got about 10 out right now. So yeah, I have. I wasn't the one recording it, but I was, you know, recorded in a podcast, if that counts. Just look through photos of yourself. I mean, of course, it's called being nostalgic, not being egotistical, you stupid fuck. Cropped out friends in a photo, so it's just yourself. No need to crop out friends, I don't have any, doesn't need to affect me. Manage to shoehorn your own experiences into an anecdote. I don't even know what you're talking about. Thought you were the hottest in the room. Again, I already know, because I'm by myself right now, you know. Thought I was the smartest in the room. Again, already know that. Only person in the room right now, and it's always true no matter what room I'm in anyway. Thought these people don't understand politics. That's because most people don't understand politics, and the more that they talk about politics, the less they probably understand it, obviously. Believed yourself to be smarter than your teacher. Well, clearly, if you had my grade 11 chemistry teacher, you'd realize that I think that opinion would have been very well founded. Thank you very much. Thought your boss had no idea what they were talking about. Well, good thing I didn't work for my grade 11 chemistry teacher because I haven't had to think that. Liked your own selfies. Well, duh, who doesn't like their own selfies, you know? I'd be really worried if you didn't like your own selfie. But, see, you probably wouldn't post your own selfie if you didn't like it. Duh. Believed yourself to be above manual labor. Again, I don't believe, I know, you know, see, because I'm actually an intelligent person. I don't need to do the manual labor, I pay other people to do the manual labor for me. Again, Buzzfeed probably aren't rich enough for that, that's not my problem. Believed that you were destined for stardom. I mean, again, I don't believe, I just know, it's pretty obvious. I mean, if you knew me, you'd realize that I was definitely I was definitely, and still am definitely, ascended from stardom, you know? Destined for fuck, I mean. Sorry, I'm just, you know, I'm just too busy being amazing. I don't really pay attention to my words. People tend to understand English anyway, so it's all good. Rewound a video you're in just to listen to your parts. Well, see, of course I've done that, because normally if I'm looking and self-reflecting, that doesn't necessarily mean you're an egotistical asshole. Maybe that just means you want to improve yourself as a fucking human being. Again, I know that be a bit foreign because it's the subhumans at Buzzfeed writing this quiz, so I guess that probably wouldn't come across to you as logical, but yeah, it's true, you know? Sometimes people watch themselves to see what they can do better, you fucking moron. Laughed at your own jokes. Well, I mean, of course people have laughed at their own jokes, you know? It's much easier to laugh at a joke when there are other people laughing, you get me? So I feel like that's probably perfectly acceptable, you know? It's logical. I mean, obviously you don't have to laugh at your own joke. I don't always do it. It's just that it helps to ease the tension, especially if it is a tense moment, you know? Telling a joke, I mean, obviously it has to be a well-timed joke. You got to be careful about those sort of things, but, you know, it can actually help the thing. Submitted myself for an award. I haven't really had to submit myself at all because everyone else submits me for me. So I don't really need to worry about that, especially seeing as I tend to win them all anyway. Okay, let's just see. Show me your result. You're not egotistical. You're really not that into yourself and would prefer attention to be away from you. You never put yourself into a limelight. I really couldn't care less about receiving praise. You often don't think about what people think about you. In fact, you hope they don't think about you at all. Well, see, I feel like there's a couple flaws in that statement. You know, like they say, you really couldn't care less about receiving praise. Just because you're not egotistical doesn't mean you don't like receiving praise. You know, praise is a very good thing, as scientific studies have shown that positive praise will positively benefit someone more than negative praise. So I feel like you're probably bullshitting there a little as well. But again, seeing as you work for Buzzfeed, you're probably a high school dropout. I wouldn't have thought that much into things. So again, I can sort of see how this makes sense. Yeah, see, this person has it right. Oh, and look, this person agrees as well, and this person agrees as well. That's interesting. Except the opposite of egotistical is humble, and if you're truly humble, you wouldn't notice, let alone call out what you did for all the work, like all of you just did. Well, see, humility is for those with nothing to boast about in the first place, so clearly you probably joined the Buzzfeed staff and being a high school dropout, and you were also probably the useless shit at the back of the group that didn't actually do anything. Just check your privilege a little there. You're not egotistical. I told you people I was... This guy knows what's up, you know? Okay. I only think I do all the group projects. Yeah, so, you know, this person hasn't... That's just a stupid... You know, it's just a stupid question, to be honest. Because clearly, if you think that no one has to think that they do all the work, you know... I swear these people are just so stupid sometimes. Let's just see what else, you know? Yeah, see, you know, you're pretty egotistical. You know, it's not that bad if you're reasonably egotistical, you know? I feel like if you don't have any ego at all, that's a bit of a problem, because if you don't think that you're a good person, that can actually often lead to depression as well. And see, I feel like not having any ego at all would be very, negative for your character, as it would probably stop you from improving yourself, you know? If you think that you're a good person, often that will think that you're a good person, but can still improve in things. So I feel like you should probably check your privilege there a little. Anyway, this has been the, How Egotistical Are You BuzzFeed quiz. Quite a few problems that I've spotted with it, but as sure that I've pointed most of them out. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that like button down below, or that dislike button down below. And if you do hit that dislike, do be sure to tell me why, you know, just so I can improve myself as a human being. Not that I am a human being, I'm more of some sort of subspecies of rat, but you get the general idea. Also, if you really want to see the once in a blue moon that I do upload, or occasionally I'll upload several videos a few days in a row, and then probably not upload for the next 3 months. Not that we've had that experience before, is it? But yeah, so just peace out, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.